If you went to paper ballots and you're voting, I would hope that every Republican would. So it costs exactly 8% of what the machines cost. These machines, they got something going. So paper ballots, and paper's very sophisticated today. It's called watermark. Impossible to copy, impossible to cheat. Hard to believe that a piece of paper is highly sophisticated, but it's watermarked. You can't cheat. If you went to paper ballots and same-day voting, voter ID, proof of citizenship, those four things, proof of citizenship, voter ID, paper ballots, one-day voting. And if you went to two-day voting or three-day voting, but some of these states, you go and you had 64 days. You know, California just finished up. They were voting a week and a half ago. And other states, too, they were weeks after the election. I mean, if that were a close election, you'd have to wait for weeks and weeks and weeks. But some of these states, if you had a close election, you wouldn't know who won. And then, you know, once that happens, then you really never know who won. But you would save tens of millions of dollars. Number one, you'd have a much safer election. Number two, everybody, you'd know the results of your election by 10 o'clock. It's a beautiful system. It's boxes of 5,000. Boom, boom. And you can go and examine each box. It's so simple and so good. I did ask Elon, because he knows more about computers than anybody I know. I said, what do you think of the voting system? He said, computers are not meant for voting. Too many transactions taking place too quickly. And I've gone to the best people, the smartest computer minds from MIT, from others. They will tell you that the most secure way that you can secure the election, and probably the fastest way, it can be very little hanky-panky, is paper ballots. If you want to save a lot of money, you go to paper ballots. It'll cost you 8% of what the costs are now. And that's based on a good deal for machines. Anytime you have mail-in ballots, you're going to have fraud, without question. France had it, and they went back to paper ballots. And I saw their election, and their election was over at 9 o'clock, and their numbers came in at 10:05, and there were no complaints. They had a winner, they had a loser, 39 million votes, and it was done. We're one of the only countries that has mail-in voting. Remember Jimmy Carter, when he did a commission, their conclusion was, if you have mail-in voting, you're going to have massive fraud. And we had it in New York with the congressional race. Remember the congressional race? It took them forever. Like 6 months later, they declared, who was it, Jerry Nadler or somebody? Oh no, it was the woman, the congressman. I won't mention her name. She won, but she didn't win. And it was really very sad to see that whole thing. The mail-in voting, it's just a disaster. So it's very, very expensive. If you really believe that the computers work, which they don't, but if you want to save a lot of money, all you have to do is go to paper ballots, and you'll be cutting it down by, millions and millions of dollars.